Good day. It's a beautiful day. It's another Sunday. Welcome once more to the platform of the Keys Consulting and Trading. I'm Jude Emmanuel Kebomatita. We have been moving on a journey. The journey that I would term self-realization. The journey of relationship. The journey of marriage. Or the journey of companionship, as the Bible calls it. The journey of friendship, because companionship is friendship. I want to dwell on something that I feel is important for us to talk about. And what I want to talk today, we weigh a lot on men as much as women. You see, society has made it in such a way that it appears women don't have a choice when it comes to who they would choose in relationship. The man they would choose to get married to. It's like theoretically, they have a choice. They have to say yes. They have that choice to say yes and to say no. But let's look at it. Do they really have a choice? Now, men do have choices to make. You go about, if you don't want this woman, you choose another. You move from this one to this one. You say, no, I want a woman that is fair in complexion, I want that is dark. You make a host of choices because you are the one that approached a woman and asked for the woman's hand in marriage. In our society, at least that's what happens. But you see, women don't actually have that choice. They just have to stay back and wait on a man to come. And when that man comes and he proposes, they have a right now, as we see, to either accept or reject. Most often when they reject a marriage proposal, people start to question them, why? Why must she reject it? I've watched, maybe through the internet, situations where a man proposes and a girl says no. The whole society start shouting at the girl, why do you have to say no? No, he has proposed. Come on. She has a choice. But we've made as if we do not have choices. As if women do not have choices. Now, my stance on this is very different from the way all of us think, or most people think. Look, there is no word to me as cheating if you are not married. The word cheating, in my own opinion, doesn't reflect to those who are single. Cheating to me reflects to those who are married. When you get married, the Bible says you become one flesh. It means your body belongs to your husband and your husband's body belongs to you. You become one. Which therefore means if you cheat, you've defied that body. You've defied your own body. Because that woman's body is your body. And your body is that woman's body. If you cheat, it means you defied that body. But when you are in a relationship, there is no marriage attached to that relationship. And you say that I left him or she left him because he cheated on me. Cheated on you. Is he married to you? Is she married to you? Why do you say he cheated? That term to me is different. Now, this goes for us to understand something which is very important. I want us to understand. Men, as I've said, they have choices. You can date a woman. After 10 years, you decide I don't want to get married to that woman. That woman is stuck. that woman is placed in a position where she don't understand where to go. That is why when it comes to separation, women are very bitter. You ask yourself, why is it that women are so bitter? They are so bitter because they give all and they don't have that choice. They don't have that monopoly of choice. I will sit as a man, I will choose. I don't want this, I want a girl with this shape, I want a woman with this shape, I want this, I want this, I want this type of character. A woman don't have that choice. Most often, she just have to choose from the suitors that has come to woo her. She has to make a choice from there. And how do you expect that woman to make a choice when she has been dating you for 5 years with you, and at the end of the day you dumped her and you decided to choose another woman to get married to? And you expect that woman not to be bitter. Now, why waste your time in a relationship for 5 years? At the end, then the person don't want to stay with you. You have to start again from another direction. Then you have to look for another relationship. That is why I say, women, please listen. You have a right to date. Even in your relationship, you have a right to date. If you're not getting married to a guy or a man, you have a right to date. Please date. Date. Go out with dates. Talk to different men. When they talk, we talk to different men. Open up and talk to different men. Because you also need to make a choice. Why do you stay? Then you don't have a choice. Because you have to wait for Mr. Right that will come to you, and the person who has to come, you just have to sit because he's the one that has come and you have to make a choice, or two of them have to make a choice from there. Where a man will see 50 million girls and they have to make a choice from 50 million girls, and you feel you don't have a choice. We're made equal. We're made equal with equal opportunities. Our sex doesn't matter when it comes to the choices that we have to make in life. Because you are the one to stay with the man, or the man is the one to stay with you. You also need to be comfortable where you choose. That is why we get divorced a lot of the time. Because women are married to men that they don't want to get married to. That is why you find them going back to their ex. That is why them going back to somebody that they have dated, and they are going back, even if that person is in a relationship, even if that person is married, they still go and sleep with that person. Why do you think something like this happened? Because they do not have a monopoly over that. Their mind is tied down to something that they desire is with another woman. So they will tend to go and take a pinch of it. That is what brings us this thing that we are saying, that side chicks or what. I want us to understand, I want women especially to take this thing very serious. Men, if you are angry that your girl has to have a date with another man when you have not proposed to the man, you have not proposed to her, you are wasting your time. She has a right to have a date. But this dating depends on the individual. I'm saying that having a date, I did not say go and sleep with all the men. Because you can have a date, if you choose to be sleeping with all of them, that is when you sell yourself cheap, you will not be respected by men, and those same men will not get married to you. So you have to make a choice. Date. Go out for dates. You must not sleep with them, but go out for dates. Make your choices open, please. You have a right to choose. Stop doing this thing, and you've been in a relationship for 8 years. Why are you doing that for 6 years? Why are you doing that for 10 years? What are you doing there for 11 years, for 4 years, and that man has not proposed to you? Why are you in that relationship? At the end of the day, you'll be disillusioned, and you say that, no, after spending 20 years, after spending 5 years, after spending 6 years, he dumped me. What were you doing there? Make yourself available for others. The man might like you, but that particular man is not ready to settle. And you cannot force a man to settle. That man will settle when it comes to time that he wants to settle. Most men are not prepared to settle. At a certain point in time in their life, they want to play. They don't want to settle. Because they don't want to settle, and you are involved with that man will not get married to you. The man will not. You are wasting your time. He will not. Because he wants to play. Now, be serious. When you find that that's how a relationship is, you move out from that relationship because his goal doesn't align with yours. His direction in life doesn't align with yours at that particular point in time. Then how can you move on with somebody that has divergence of ideas? Your direction is not his direction. His direction is not your direction. Then how do you think it will be possible? Most often we pretend and stay in that relationship. At the end of the day, you get married to him because you felt you do not have a choice. Women, please, you have choices to make. Develop yourself, and men will come towards you. They will run for you. Develop yourself. Add value to yourself. Add value to yourself. Don't tie your life around a man. No, don't do that. Add value to yourself. And please, date. I brought this one up. I've been a while. I've not spoken. I've not sent a message because I've been very busy. My schedule has been so tight. But I had to take time to give this particular message because I've had a lot of sessions with women complaining. I've been with this man for this long. I am in this relationship. I do not love him, but I do not have a choice. I just had to be in that relationship because he was the only person that I was dating. Or I have dated this man for 10 years. He's been there for 10 years. I didn't like it, but I do not have a choice because I don't have the monopoly to choose a man. Yes, you don't. But let me tell you something. You have a right to accept and to reject. We should forget this thing that they are telling you about biological clock. Let me tell you something. I know it exists. I don't remove that fact from it. I know it do exist. I know women are running a race of time. I do understand. But what I want you to understand, you are more valuable, adding value to yourself. Why do you think men will still go out for women who are even 50 years old and get married to them and still be successful? Why do you think men will still look for women, though they are 40, 45, they will still go back to those women and look for them? Watch. Why do you think so? It is because you know who you are. The man has seen value, the value that I've added in your life. That man has seen that value. Men go in for things which are valuable. They want a woman to stay with the things which are that the woman, when they are not, the woman that can take care of the compound. When they are not, the woman can step on his shoe. And when you develop yourself, you become that woman. When you become that woman, men will look for you. Forget the thing that we are saying. I'm a man, I'm telling you the truth. We might say something to you and we react differently. To have 50 men talking to you or want to sleep you, don't necessarily mean they love you. Men are attracted to what they see. They are attracted to your body. You have a fine shape, you have a good thing. Every single thing, when they see you pass, the only thing that they see, they think, is how they could get in between your legs. That is the truth. How they'll have fun. Look at the board. Look at how this thing is. That is what they want to see. That's what. And when they have it, they've gone. Apart from that, what do you have? Have you developed yourself mentally? Have you developed yourself? What value have you added into your life? Please, women, you have a choice. Don't think you don't have a choice. You have a choice. You have a choice. Men have made you to feel that you don't have a choice. You have a choice. You are the one to accept. And if a man, look, this thing that says somebody had to propose and it becomes a surprise, I'm not in for it. Why must it be a surprise? You've been dating this man and he comes and say, you carry it, you take your hand and you close your eyes. You say, it's a surprise, it's a surprise, it's a surprise. Why must it be a surprise? Why must it be a surprise? You people should have been talking. What were you doing when we were dating? Didn't you talk? You have to talk to your partner. You have to know where he's leading to. You have to know his goals in life. You have to know what he desires from a woman. You have to know what he desires from you as a woman. The things that he wants in life, in future. What do you people talk in relationships? We need to say those things. Talk those things. Talk finances. Talk all of those things. Talk family. By the time you get yourself in with that conversation, you will actually know if that man is for you. The man will also know if this woman is for me. And therefore means if you already had that conversation, when it comes to the proposal type that you say somebody wants to propose, let me tell you something. There's nothing like a surprise there anymore. Because you know you are standing. Now, a man will come and say, I want to propose. Let me tell you. You've been thinking of proposing to that lady for 20 years. For 5 years. For 10 years, that lady have never had that thought. When you come to propose, how do you expect the girl at that particular point to say yes? Now, she wants to get into marriage. Marriage is a totally different ball game. He wants to surrender her authority to you. You have to be in control. She wants to surrender her part of the thing that she wants. She needs to surrender it to you. Because you become the head. How do you think because you just come and kneel down and propose, then that girl will just accept without thinking? Men, please, let's think for a while. Don't we think they need time to think? Don't we think this business of proposing, the women, they have to sit and find a way and think? You've made something, you made a proposal to them. Yes, they were in a relationship with you, but who told you that they wanted marriage? Maybe they were there in that relationship and they were having fun. But when it comes to marriage, you have certain hidden characters that they do not like to stay with a man for the rest of their life. And you think they will accept? That is why you need to talk. The woman needs to talk. The man needs to talk. You people need to understand each other. You people don't need to know the internal working of each other. Because we go unprepared, that is why we come out short of what the relationship is ought to be. Remember, it is the only thing that will get a certificate without getting training. If I'm in a position of authority to make laws, to make legislation, to pass legislation, let me tell you something. One of the things that will be before you come to any council to get married, you need to go to marriage council for about at least 6 months. Minimum. And thereafter, they issue a small certificate. From there, you are qualified to go and get married. Most times you just get up, young people just come and get married. You just say, no, I'm in love. There is more to marriage than love. Love is a part of the equation that is just there. Because people fall in love and fall out of love. That is why the Bible uses companionship. Because companionship is camaraderie. Camaraderie is friendship. Friendship. That is what is important. Because if that person is not your friend, how would that person be your friend? That you know that this person is your friend because you talk with that person. Because you interact with that person. Because you share things with that person. Because you have been with that person. That person has stood by you where you don't even have. In times of difficulty, that is not that this person is a friend. That is why even friends, they do have misunderstanding. But when they have misunderstanding, it's easier for them to settle. But if that person is not your friend and you get married to that person, the light problem, the simple problem that you people have, you people separate. Because you don't know each other. You cannot accommodate each other. This takes me to something that all of us have missed. Sometimes we had girlfriends. A friend. The friend knows you in and out. You have a male friend that understands you in and out. When that man comes to you and says, please, we've known each other for long, you are my best pal, let's get married, what will you say? Most often will say, no, we cannot get married to you because you are just like my brother. Look, let me tell you, that's a mistake that all of us have made. That is the best person to get married to because that person understands you. A person that understands you creates you. But we don't do that. We don't understand. We don't take into consideration of these things. I want us to go back to the drawing board to see. Some of us have made mistakes, but now we're doing better and understand better. Please, especially the young generation, look before you leap. Camaraderie is important. And ladies, please, men, expect your girls to have dates. Expect them to have dates. You've not gotten married to them. You've not gotten to marry to them. They need to have dates. Expect them multiple dates. They also need to make a choice. Just like you, the man, you are going out there with many girls, talking with this, talking to this, talking to this, talking to this. Look, they also need their time to have this so that they can come and choose rightly. They can also make that choice rightly. Please, it is time we change the narrative and do something different. As I said, it's a beautiful day. It's a good Sunday. Thank you. Please share. Please share. We are back on the drawing board. The table was so choked, but at least by the grace of God, I've attended to so many issues. But now it's time for us to move on, for us to forge ahead. With love, let's build a better future. Your future and my future. The future is bright. Together, let's make this happen. Let's make this happen. One love. Love you guys. Amen.